Residents are concerned about the future of Kahaluu Beach Park. During a Windward and Leeward Planning Commission hearing on SMA permit rule changes on October 30th, Kona resident Simi McMichael spoke out.
Kahaluu Beach, for one, is the main tourist destination. There are 1,500 people per day going to the beach. It's 303D impaired. There's a cesspool from Queen Kalama to Kahaluu Beach. 2 million gallons per day goes into the ocean. And you want to add all, not fix. This is wrong.
Yes, since I was not able to see the photo that was shown to the Leeward commissioners, could the testifier please describe briefly what's in the photo?
There is the closed sign beach. There's the pavilion falling apart into the ocean, and it's erosion. It's never been fixed. There's the sewer. Actually, the sewer is open. It's in the ocean, and if they let it go for days, just open. There's still a cesspool. Here's the barbecuer. It's been broke since 2011. There's the pavilion. There's two. One is closed, completely closed, and due to erosion. And then there's all the historic rock walls. It's all falling apart. There's the Menehune rock wall that's protections of the bay. It's not fixed. The next big storm, it's going to wipe out Kahaluu Beach. There's constant fecal matters at Kahaluu Beach. Constantly they're posting bacteria signs, and it says swim at your own risk. I'm sorry, but my kids, my grandkids, we don't go to the beach anymore. And to put people in there snorkeling, and you have raw material going in there, it's pathetic. We have to fix it. I went to every department I could, pleading with them to please put in a sewer. The houses on the beach, on the ocean front, they don't have room for the septic tanks, so they'll never be fixed. We're willing to put in money to hook up to the sewer, but they're saying they don't have money, but yet they have money to put into the rail in Honolulu. The TAT taxes alone are millions of dollars, and nothing's gone back to Kahaluu Beach. It's the most used beach on this entire island for snorkeling. We have 75 public parking, 1,500 people per day.
Local lawmakers are listening. During the November 1st Finance Committee meeting, Hawaii County Councilman Drew Kanuha introduced a bill to fund the planning and design of future improvements to the park.
This is a CIP request to amend. And over the years, I know there's been a lot of work, a lot of community involvement in improving the archaeological sites, the ponds, but within the the last several years, with wave action, there is some sea level rise. It starts eroding the facilities and the walls, and literally took out the pond that the community built.
Look at this area. It really breached the pond. Heavy waves coming in about 50 feet in over this particular wall here, which went up to our van, Kohala Center's Kahaluu Bay Education Center van.
The community has been trying to counter the effects of the rising tide.
The rocks were strewn all over the park.
But treasured landmarks are still being lost.
The pavilion actually has been undermined, and big concrete slabs are broken right now. So when we look at the entire area, it was strewn with debris and into the parking lot area. It continued for a few days, and we still are experiencing high surfs. Today was a high tide in the morning. I could see the water coming into the pond where it reached a couple of weeks ago. We restored it in March of 2011 with all our wonderful volunteers. 100 volunteers for 3 days came and actually restored Waikua'ala Pond, which is a very historic pond for our Kahaluu area.
The inside of the pond is actually the Waikua'ala local bathing pond for ali'i. You gotta move this rock. Everything are falling together. Gravity, eh? All gravity.
For example, William Freitas led an effort to restore the damaged fish pond.
Cross your T's here. Some of these young, strong men are capable of lifting heavy stones. They had no knowledge of building any rock walls, so I need to explain the process of building our ancient type of rock walls. By pipe, we have to set that rock. Okay? So this is our top. The rock is leaning in. Set your next one. If you get them long, it's more strong, more guarantee. No mortar at all. It's a dry stack gravity structured wall. So it's passed down from our ancient ancestors that built many heiaus, wall structures, building platforms, and they use the same process of using gravity structured walls where all the rocks lean into each other, and as you set it, you lock it all into place with just rocks, rock on rock. Public safety number one. Going to have signs says do not step on the walls, walk on the walls, or lay on the walls.
But the encroach of the ocean is relentless.
So right now it's in pretty terrible shape. If you've ever gone down there, please go down to check out the park. But the foundation, we've had to close off one of the pavilions because of how dangerous it is. The main pavilion has becoming eroded underneath, so that is of a concern. But we have been trying to work and see how we can improve, the roof or the bathrooms. But the question is, do we want to improve them when the foundation is going to could possibly get ripped out in the next few years? So this is a problem that we've been dealing with the last several years since I've been on the council, and it's always been the overarching issue that we've been having to deal with, is how to improve the park and move forward with a lot of the plans that were made back in the day. So this is kind of a new plan. Hopefully we can make a new plan to consider a lot of these changes in environment and really work with Parks and Rec. We're going to have to work with federal agencies, state agencies, because of the proximity to the water that a lot of these facilities are located on, and really need a new master plan to figure out exactly what we can do to that park, because it is a really important park. It's located in a historic district. There's a lot of archaeological sites. Kamehameha Schools right next door is currently demolishing their hotel to create a very cultural, educational area to teach about how significant this place is. So I think all that needs to be taken into account of how we move forward with Kahaluu, because it is significant, not only historically, culturally, but you look at how many people visit Kahaluu each year. It's the #1 visited county beach park in Hawaii County, by far. The total count for 2015-2016 was 437,000 visitors. So it's very heavily used. There's a lot of safety issues that come into account because of the deterioration of the walls and facilities. So
Kahaluu is the gem of the west side. The sea life is rich. People are not allowed to spear or fish there, so the fish are not scared, and there's like abundance of fish there. And as he said, the park is in a deteriorated state, and it's sort of sad to see that. Visitors look forward to that as one of the highlights of a visit, and residents utilize it as one of the few white sand swimming beaches on the west side. So I thank you, and it's a very important project. I know we need to get started timely. It's perfect, like you said, with Kahaluu Kamehameha Schools, taking a relook at the whole area and turning it more into a natural and cultural preserve. I think the county it would behoove us to do our part in conjunction with that project.
I have to wholeheartedly agree, and thank you, Mr. Kanuha, for seeing around the corner a little bit, especially with what Kamehameha Schools has planned for their properties. And with the demolition of the hotel, there's going to be, a huge opportunity there. And I just congratulate you for seeing around the corner and being able to dovetail our county facilities with what I hope can transition that entire area in Keauhou, which is incredibly rich with our cultural and historical sites. So thank you so much for that.
I just wanted to mention thank you, Mr. Kanuha, for bringing this forward, and because that is, I think that was the biggest park during my time, and I'm ancient, so in the 50s and 60s, that was the happening place. Everybody gathered there, everybody had parties there, and now we're down to one pavilion. And it is deteriorating from what I can remember. But I also wanted to make mention and thank the Kohala Center and Cindy Punihaule, because their group has really, really done a lot of things for that beach.
But right now, as we look at what is happening, we need to hopefully have, with the county and the state and the federal government, help to look at restoring this park in a reverent way, and in a way that can protect the community as well as the resources and our visitors.
The ocean, and bringing awareness that they have to malama that beach. So thank you, Cindy Punihaule and the Kohala Center, for all your work down there, and I totally support this. Thank you, Mr. Kanuha. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have 8 ayes and 1 excused. Mr. Clerk, Bill 74, please.